In early 2025, a quiet but alarming shift occurred in the heart of the global precious metals market. The London Bullion Market Association, LBMA, the world's largest over-the-counter trading hub for gold and silver, saw its vaulted silver reserves fall to the lowest level in over 2 decades. According to official LBMA reports, eligible silver stocks, metal that meets strict purity and bar standards for delivery, dropped below 28 million ounces by December 2025. That's less than 3 months of global industrial demand. Yet during the same period, silver-backed ETFs like iShares Silver Trust, SLV, reported holding claims on over 420 million ounces of physical metal. This isn't just a gap, it's a chasm. And it raises a terrifying question. What happens if even a small fraction of ETF shareholders demand physical delivery? The LBMA system, built on fractional reserve principles and unallocated accounts, could face a liquidity crisis unlike anything since the 1930s. This isn't speculation. It's arithmetic, and the clock is ticking. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how the LBMA custody system works, why eligible versus registered matters, how ETF structures create hidden leverage, and what this means for your ability to actually own physical silver, not just a paper promise. To grasp the risk, we must first understand how the LBMA actually operates. Unlike a stock exchange, the LBMA is an over-the-counter, OTC, market, a network of banks, refiners, and dealers trading directly with each other. Most transactions are settled in cash, not metal. But when physical delivery is required, the system relies on a handful of accredited vaults in London, operated by JP Morgan, HSBC, ICBC, Standard Bank, and Brinks, that hold bars meeting LBMA's good delivery standard, minimum 1,000 troy ounces, 99.9% purity. These vaults report 2 key categories. Eligible silver, bars that meet quality standards and could be used for delivery. Registered silver, bars that are specifically allocated to clearing members for settlement. Crucially, only registered silver is immediately available for delivery. Eligible silver may be tied up in private accounts, long-term contracts, or even pledged as collateral. In December 2025, LBMA data showed eligible silver 27.8 million ounces, registered silver just 8.3 million ounces. That's a 70% drop in registered silver since 2021. Meanwhile, the total value of outstanding silver derivatives, futures, swaps, and unallocated accounts, is estimated by the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, at over $1.2 trillion, representing a paper claim on more than 1.5 billion ounces of silver, nearly 20 times annual mine supply. This is the essence of fractional reserve bullion banking. Multiple parties hold claims on the same physical metal. As long as everyone is content with paper profits, the system functions smoothly. But if confidence falters, if investors start demanding real metal, the illusion collapses. Now consider the role of ETFs. The iShares Silver Trust, SLV, the largest silver ETF, claims to hold over 420 million ounces of physical silver in custody at JP Morgan's London vault. But here's the critical detail. SLV holds its metal in unallocated form. This means it doesn't own specific bars. It has a general claim on JP Morgan's silver pool. In a legal dispute or bank insolvency, SLV would be an unsecured creditor, not a direct owner. More troubling, LBMA vault data shows that total vaulted silver in London is only about 35 million ounces, yet SLV alone claims 420 million. How is this possible? Because ETF prospectuses allow custodians to commingle metal and use accounting entries rather than segregated bars. In effect, SLV's holdings are a ledger entry, not a stack of bars. This isn't fraud, it's standard practice, but it creates systemic fragility. The pressure intensified in 2025 due to 3 converging forces. 1. Industrial demand surge. Solar panel production hit 600 gigawatts globally, consuming 130 million ounces of silver, up 25% from 2023. 2. Central bank buying. China, India, and Turkey added over 85 million ounces to official reserves, much of it sourced from London vaults. 3. Retail physical demand. Coin and bar sales in the US, Germany, and Poland reached record highs, draining exchange inventories. The result? a silent drain on London's physical stockpile. COMEX inventories in New York fell to 26 million ounces. LBMA vaults followed. By Q4 2025, the ratio of paper claims to physical metal in London exceeded 50-1, meaning for every ounce of deliverable silver, there were 50 promises to deliver it. In normal markets, this leverage is manageable. But in a stress scenario, say a geopolitical shock, a bank failure, or a coordinated delivery request, it becomes untenable. What would trigger a default? Not necessarily a full-scale run. Even a modest event could expose the gap. Imagine this. A large institutional investor, perhaps a sovereign wealth fund or a BRICS central bank, decides to convert $500 million of paper silver into physical bars. That's about 5.5 million ounces. But registered silver in London is only 8.3 million ounces, and much of it is already committed to futures contract settlements. JP Morgan or HSBC would struggle to source enough good delivery bars on short notice. They might delay delivery, offer a cash settlement, or source lower-grade metal, none of which satisfies a true physical buyer. The moment delivery fails, confidence evaporates. Other investors rush to withdraw. The fractional system implodes. This isn't hypothetical. In 2021, during the GameStop frenzy, retail traders briefly targeted SLV, calling for mass redemptions. While the movement faded, it revealed a vulnerability. SLV's redemption mechanism requires 50,000 shares, about $1.2 million, to request physical delivery, and even then, it's at the custodian's discretion. Most retail investors can't access real metal. They're stuck with paper that may not be redeemable when it matters most. The LBMA itself acknowledges the risk. In its 2025 risk review, the association noted increasing concentration of physical holdings among fewer participants and growing mismatch between paper and physical liquidity. But it stopped short of recommending reforms, citing market efficiency. Regulators are equally passive. The UK Financial Conduct Authority oversees LBMA members but doesn't audit vault contents. The US SEC reviews ETF filings but doesn't verify physical backing. The system runs on trust, not transparency. For ordinary investors, the implications are profound. If you own SLV shares, you do not own silver. You own a share in a trust that has a claim on a bank's metal pool. In a crisis, that claim may be worth far less than the spot price, or nothing at all. True ownership requires taking physical delivery, bars or coins stored in your possession or in a non-bank allocated vault. Only then are you outside the fractional system. Yet the deeper issue is structural. The LBMA model was designed for a world of stable supply and low demand. Today, silver is both a monetary asset and an industrial necessity, with supply constrained and demand surging. The old system can't adapt. As one LBMA insider told Reuters in 2025, "We're flying a 747 with 1980s navigation. It works until it doesn't." So what's the timeline? No one knows. But the default clock is ticking. Every day that industrial users drain London vaults, every week that ETFs grow while physical stocks shrink, the system becomes more fragile. The trigger could be a war, a bank failure, or simply a loss of faith. When it comes, the price of physical silver will decouple violently from paper prices. Those holding real metal will be protected. Those holding promises will face reality. This isn't fear-mongering, it's arithmetic, and the numbers don't lie. The lesson is simple. In a financial system built on leverage, ownership matters more than exposure. You can bet on silver through ETFs, futures, or mining stocks, but if you want to own it, you must hold it. Because when the LBMA default clock strikes midnight, paper promises won't buy you security. If you want clear, fact-based analysis of the real risks in precious metals markets, without hype, fear, or oversimplification, subscribe to US Silver Market. We track the physical flows behind the headlines, because in an age of hidden leverage, true ownership is your strongest defense.